plaster-screeding using Axion products. Now what we use for this plaster-screeding is our Axion white Tuffcrete and Axion liquid polymer. Now we combine these two with our normal cement, our stone dust and plaster sand to achieve all this. Now let me give you a rundown of the mix ratio and how to carry out the work. First of all, we recommend 15 headpans of a combination of plaster sand and stone dust to a bag of cement, half bag of white Tuffcrete and our liquid polymer. Now to dilute the liquid polymer, you dilute a liter of the undiluted concentrated liquid polymer to 40 liters of water, not more than 40 liters of water for your plastering. When you are mixing, now let me put into consideration the people in areas where you don't have stone dust. Places like Port Harcourt, places like Lagos where stone dust is not in much supply. You can use your fine sharp sand to achieve this. The only difference is you just add a bit more of the white Tuffcrete for it to be more workable when you are doing your work. Now for the mixing, if you are using hand mix, it is advisable for you to do your mixing and turn it 3 times. You don't rush the mixing process so that everything will mix up properly. For large scale plastering, it's advisable to use your mixer. In such cases, you have large area to plaster, you have a lot of manpower on ground, you have a lot of workers on ground. So that as you are mixing, you are applying. Now, the process of plastering is like the normal plastering. Once you've done your mixing, you don't rush the mixing process. Now, after you've diluted your liquid polymer and you've added it to your dry mix of white Tuffcrete, your cement, your stone dust and plaster sand, you add your liquid polymer. You now take your time to mix properly, at least 10 to 15 minutes, for it to give you that workable mixture. You'll see it shining and kind of as if it is elastic. At that stage, you can now start applying on the wall. You do your normal heating on the wall. You use your range. You range your wall. The normal plastering process, you range your wall. You now rub to fill all the voids. After that, you get to the stage of your paste. Now, the mix ratio for the paste is you have 2 shovels of your white Tuffcrete, 2 shovels of your normal cement, 1 shovel of your plaster sand, not with stone dust, your regular plaster sand or your fine sharp sand like in Lagos or Port Harcourt. You do that, you mix it properly, take your time to mix it, let it properly mix. You turn it very well, it will become kind of sticky and very workable. That's what you now use to begin your shining. You can, once you do your shining, you do your first shining, and it is advisable for you to use the normal shining trowel, not your normal hand trowel, for you to get best results. Use your shining trowel, you do your first shining, give it some time to develop strength, you do your second shining, you keep observing, then after some time you do the third shining. Now the interval for the shining depends on the environment you find yourself. If you are working up north, the weather there is very dry, so the drying time will be faster. But if you are working down south, where the weather is moist, where you have high moisture content in the air, it takes more time for it to dry. So you should take note of that depending on where you are. Some of the drying times or the intervals could range between 10 to 15 minutes depending on where you find yourself. At the end of the day, once everything is properly done, you have something like this. This is what we just did now. You have a plastering and screeding that is done all at once. After doing this, you don't need to screed your walls again. After that, you just go into painting. One other major advantage is the fact that it is water resistant. It is resistant to the growth of algae. it gives you very strong walls. Your walls are very, very strong, way stronger than what you obtain or what you can achieve with your normal plastering. These are some of the major advantages. So we just carried out this training now, and we have about 15 masons that have been trained with Engineer Philip here. So we hope to replicate this in other places. With Axion, a big solution has come to the construction industry. Solution in terms of cost, solution in terms of quality, solution in terms of time management project. Axion has made all this possible with its range of products. Yeah, so as you can see in the background, water is being poured on the wall that we just plastered a few minutes ago. Using Axion products gives you a very fast time of strength development. It develops strength very fast, and it can resist water pouring on it. For instance, if you're working outside and it gets to start raining, you don't have that fear of your work being damaged by rain. Water does not penetrate the wall. It is completely water resistant, and it develops strength very fast.